The funeral of the Ga Manye, Na Dede Omaidru III, is coming up, and we need to bring you up to speed with what's been happening. And in a series of announcements that's been made by the local assembly, and also, as we understand, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly on the closure of shops and some other activities that will be happening leading to this funeral rites and other activities that will be marking the memorial of her passing. Well, fortunately, we've been joined by Nathaniel Atto, who's with our team, the Joy Sports team, but this time around, he's joining us wearing another cap, right? Because he's serving on the protocol committee, which is a subcommittee of the planning committee for the funeral, and that it's very trying times for those who are indigents of the Ga state.
Definitely.
But of course, we are also touched by this, and that's why we're focusing on every bit of her journey back home. But let's talk about what's been happening ever since the planning committee started its work. Where are we now, and what are the activities expected?
Thank you. So as we speak, there's a lot of activity going on at the palace in Kanishi here in Accra. There's a lot of, renovation work going on. New paths are being, drawn out and, are being filled up with the required material,
right,
to ensure that there will be smooth movement of individuals and groups on the day.
Right.
Because you do realize that this is a funeral for the whole Ga state. And considering the numbers that we've seen, the numbers we've recorded who have come over to the palace to sign the book of condolence, it becomes very important that we map things out properly, so that protocol arrangements also go very well. So the various subcommittees have been at work since, and you do remember that a couple of months ago, His Excellency the President of the Republic also signed the book of condolence, right, to officially open that aspect of the build-up to the funeral. And since then, we've had His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic. We've had His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama, and a few other and quite a number of other dignitaries come over to pay homage and to support the funeral.
For those who are not aware of the culture, the custom of the people of the Ga state, what normally happens when you lose such a royal, and what's been her role within the Ga state?
Very well. So Nadede Omaidru III is the paramount queen mother of the Ga state, the entire Ga state.
Right.
So this goes to cover every other community or town that pays allegiance or swears allegiance to the Ga stool. Right. Okay? So this then gives you an idea of the magnitude of what we have at hand, or what we have to deliver in terms of giving her a royal farewell. Now, in our traditions and in our customs, there are ways and there are practices, specific practices under burying a royal of her stature. Right. Now, it is in that light that we have certain arrangements made between now and the weekend. Okay. So one of them, for instance, which I guess is the reason why
I'm asking the question too, yes,
is the question about whether or not we will have a curfew.
Right.
All right. Now, we're using the word curfew, but really it is restrictions. Now, for a trillionth time, I mean in quotes, the subcommittee led by Ni Otinto, who is the Ga Manye, okay, have been very clear on the restriction of movement, because whenever there is the burial of a royal with this kind of clout, there are certain cultural practices, certain rites that are performed during the period. Now, during this period, you need a lot of peace. You need a very peaceful environment to be able to get these rites performed. It is in that light that, for instance, we're told not to have events with loud music and all of that. Because, you see, it's a solemn occasion. We need a lot of peace of mind to pay our respects as well to her. And every single person who is here, whether you're a Ga indigent or not, once you are here, or you reside here, or you have your business here or anything, or have a certain relation or other with the Ga state, you need to be a part of this. And these are our norms and our values. These are part of our norms and our values. So because of that, there will be restricted movement. That is it.
Okay,
Once night
we've
falls,
seen the
yes.
announcement as well about a possible. No, it
closure.
will happen. The closure of some shops.
Very well, very well.
How long would that? Would that take?
So initially, it was supposed to be between the 25th and the 28th of this month.
Right.
But after further consultations and conversations amongst the members of the committee, it's been agreed that on Saturday, the 28th of October, no commercial activity will take place, especially in our markets. Okay, no shops will be opened in the whole of Accra. Okay, now it is very important that everybody complies with this because this is a collaboration as well between traditional authority, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and also the Regional Security Council, which is led by the Greater Accra Regional Minister. So all of these organizations are together on this particular directive, and everybody is supposed to comply. It's a whole day of paying respects, and it's a sign of respect to the departed Queen Mother, and also a way of disciplining ourselves that, look, plan for it, that on Saturday, 28th of October, nobody is having any kind of activity. It is very important to note, however, as we wrap up this conversation, that there are categories of persons who will be allowed to do their business. For instance, mobile money operators and people who are like food vendors. And these are points that have been highlighted.
Essential services.
Essential services, basically. But thing is that you have to restrict your movement on Saturday. Very, very important. And especially when night falls as well, there has to be restricted movement. Nobody should be walking around. This is a very solemn moment. Away from that as well, all shops have to be closed.
I see. How about the funeral rites itself? What's expected to happen? Are we going through a similar procedure as well for for the funeral rites?
Okay, so there will be a pre-burial service on the 27th. Okay, and all of the activity will take place at the forecourt of the Ga Manye Palace. Which is being prepared for the activity, and then on Saturday, which is the main day, we will have a mixture of Christian and traditional rites, which will be performed, from morning. And so, numbers of people, as many people as possible who'd want to mourn with the Ga state can be there. And the attire is red and black. And then on Sunday, everything will be brought to a close with a Thanksgiving service. Okay, so that's basically, the rest of it really will be within the confines of the Ga Traditional Council and the families involved.
Right. And afterwards, there'll be a new queen installed.
Very, very well, very well. In accordance with our customs and our traditions. Very well.
I will be looking out for that. But Nat, thank you for providing some clarity and also educating me on the culture.
Very well. Thank you.
Beautiful culture indeed. And Attorney Wato providing us with some updates on that. You also need to be mindful. 28th of October.
On Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday.
No commercial activity.
Yeah, no one goes out to carry out any commercial activity with